Hello guys, I'm Melvin. It's nice coming your way once more. Many people ask me questions. How do I know I'm called into missions? Some people are called into politics, some are called into the fashion industry, some are called in entertainment industry. How do I know that I'm called into missions? Now I say that is the wrong perspective and that is the wrong question to ask, because if you really understand what missions is all about, you ask the question, how do I know I'm calling to mission? Rather, you ask the question, which aspect of mission is God actually calling me to function? Because mission is much more beyond you going to a remote village in India, Indonesia, China, Saudi Arabia. No. Missions is about taking the Great Commission to everybody around you in your face. So your mission field can be that political field, your mission field can be that entertainment industry, your mission field can be the educational sector, your mission field can be any sector you find yourself. So you don't necessarily need to go to the remote villages before you know that you're engaging into missions. So what aspect of mission am I really called to do? There are three basic aspects of missions that I want to focus on right now. There is a Paul aspect of mission, which is called the frontier missions or the pioneering missions. Now, Paul type of mission is the missions where you go to a virgin land that have never heard about Jesus Christ, and he go to communicate Christ to them. He tell them about Jesus Christ. He bring the gospel to them. He say, I don't want to build upon another man's foundation, right? I don't want to go to places where Christ is named. Let's build upon another man's foundation. So he was going to places where Christ was never named, where Christ have never been mentioned, just so you can get them saved. That was Paul type of missions. We have few people like that in our dispensation who have such a passion and body to see such thing happen. That is an apostolic move, an apostolic office engaging in such a dimension of missions. Very essential. We have such people like David Livingstone coming down to the dark continent, having nowhere and bringing the gospel. We have people like William Carey, right, going down to India at such a time that things were not so okay, and pioneering a work over there. So we have people like that over the century who have been pioneering work in places. The next time a missionary we have people like Timothy. They are called the Timothy missions. They are called station missionaries. Men who are stationed in a particular place to pastor. Timothy was left in Corinth and in other places by Paul the apostles after he has started a work there to continue pastoring and discipling folks. Now, the truth of the matter, these guys spend some time in those places discipling men. That is why we have our pastors in our various denominations. They are also doing missions. They are station missionaries who are there to disciple folks and help them to grow. Right? They are very much necessary in the work of missions, because some missionaries like Paul, who's the pioneering missionary, may not necessarily stay in that place all his life. Some of them stays all their life, others don't. They establish and they leave. Right? The Timothy missions are the ones who are going to stay there to nurture those folks, to help them grow and get to spiritual maturity. Now, the next missionaries we have the Aquila and Priscilla missionaries. These are missionaries who are professional missionaries. They are involved in their profession, but they also do missions. For example, Aquila and Priscilla were tent makers. They were engaging in tent making, and they were also effectively involved in the discipling of souls. Right? So when Apollos had difficulties with the gospel, only knowing the baptism of John, when he came to preach, although eloquent in script, mighty in scriptures, although he was a mighty man in scriptures, they expanded to him the Bible, expanded to him the finished work of Christ, and he began to win much more souls than he had won before. They also engaged in missions. Paul the apostle we referred to them as fellow servants. So you could see that these guys were also engaging in missions. Definitely they were also engaging in their profession. So they are professional missionaries. So these are three aspects of missions that is very important. The pioneering aspect of missions, the pastoral aspect, which is stationary aspect of missions, which is not necessarily the pastoral aspect. It can also involve workers in the church of God, right, who are also engaging in missions and discipleship. They may not be pastors, but they are engaging in effective discipleship. Listen, the second work is the effective discipleship, very necessary. And the third one is the professional missions, which is the Aquila and Priscilla kind of missions, whereby men are engaging in discipleship and evangelism, but they are also engaged in other activities, right? Very much necessary. Those things are paramount. Some people always tell me, Melvin, but I'm praying for missionaries. I'm praying that God prosper the works of your hand, because I hear that you go to places to preach the gospel, that the gospel is not the name. I pray that God prosper you. We are sending our money. We are sending our prayers. That's good. I love that. You need to pray for me, right? Door all trans to be open to me. Satan have tried to hinder us many times. Even today, Satan hindered us even in our outreach, right? So Satan have hindered us many times. But nevertheless, you cannot substitute your money. You cannot substitute your prayers from going. Jesus Christ never said give your money. He said go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth and baptized shall be saved, but he that believeth not shall be damned. So you have to go. You cannot substitute that. For anything, nothing can substitute the place of going. You have to go into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. So it's essential that you make going a priority in your life. Send your money, pray for missionaries, but you must go. Going is the primary thing that God has called us to do. And if you do that, you receive your reward, right? So it's not about how do I know I'm called into missions. It's about what aspect of mission am I called into. Because we are all called into missions. Thank you for your time. I hope this bless you. Thank you. I remain your friend Melvin Barnabas. Have a nice day.